What is up, guys? This is tcgsam here, and in today's video I'm coming at you guys with a replay of the Helshaddoll turbo deck that I uploaded somewhat recently. If you haven't checked that out already, be sure to check it out. It's posted on my channel. I will leave a link to it in the description below. Also remember, if you haven't already, please remember, leave a like, comment, subscribe, because it really helps keep me motivated to keep posting more videos like this. And with that being said, let's just hop straight into it. So I'm really excited to showcase what this deck can do, because at first glance it may not seem like it works super well, but after a while I think you'll see that it actually works shockingly well. But yeah, anyways, we lose the Duel, but we were forced to go first. We are playing against Fluffles, another fusion deck, and that makes things interesting because when he makes me go first, I kind of get the sense that he's either on Cyber Dragons or something. Because like I don't expect Fluffles at all. So the way I play is to just set up the combo. Like I kind of wanted to showcase the Helshaddoll Hollow combo here, so I just had to go for that. Besides, Helshaddoll Hollow as a Dogmatic punishment is really good against like pretty much any deck. Like especially going second ones, it's usually gonna be like Mech Knights, stuff like that. This is just really good against that. But I go for some fusion plays here. I decide to set up a copy of Shaddolls Schism in the graveyard, because I already have access to Shadow Games to flip up Hollow on our opponent's turn, Shaddolls Incarnation to act as a disruption on our opponent's turn by reviving the construct, and yeah, that's just really good. I cannot emphasize how good just Schism and Incarnation alone is just so good, because once you summon that construct and it dies, you grab back a threat for next turn, obviously with Shaddolls Fusion. But then with Shaddolls Schism, you can also set up like Winda or something. So this way we have a Winda that can be protected with Helshaddoll Hollow. But it turns out our opponent has Edgem Scythe, which lets him fuse during our turn, which is kind of insane, honestly. And then he gets to make a copy of Cruel Will, and the Cruel Will can actually pop one card on both players' field. So he's able to pop my Schism and protect his own Cruel Will with Edgem Scythe. So that's kind of ridiculous, honestly. That takes away our Winda play, although Winda could have been outed by Fright for Cruel Will, if anything, so it's not that big of a deal, because we would have to Helshaddoll Hollow like this way anyways. And yeah, anyways, not making Winda is not the end of the world. He activates Patchwork, adds Sabers and Poly, and he's able to Foolish Barrel, Goods, Toy Vendor searches Dolphin, and then he's gonna normal summon the Dolphin, set Toy Vendor, dump Wings, activate Poly, fuse away his monsters for Fight for Tiger, and this card is pretty insane because it forces out all my back row right here, right now. Although that's not a big deal because both of them are chainable, of course, and both of them, even now, it's still pretty decent to use them. So I decided to actually send Ariel off of Sinister Shadow Games instead of Construct. And of course I get to activate Helshaddoll Hollow in a new chain. So yeah, Ariel banishes cards out of his graveyard. Effective Construct sets a Wendy, because Wendy can set a beast or something, and I can discard the Squamata as a follow-up. I can also banish the Fight for Tiger. I had to choose the Tiger, obviously, because I don't have a water monster sent for Cruel Will, and of course I wanted to discard Applin as well. This just shows how strong Helshaddoll Hollow is, because just from this alone, I got rid of his monster. I got Applin effect. Applin can search any Shaddoll card. I can search a Shaddolls Fusion for the follow-up, search an Helshaddoll Fusion, another Shaddolls if I really wanted to, or I could just even search a copy of Dragon, add it, discard it. Of course, I don't want to here because Toy Vendor is just such a good card. But yeah, Wendy's gonna set the beast like I mentioned before. Applin is gonna add Shaddoll Core, and I'm gonna dish Shaddoll Core to actually add back Shaddolls Fusion. The reason I do this is because I don't want to risk him somehow outing my construct by not sending it to the graveyard. I'm actually not aware of what Fluffles do, so this play with Shaddoll Core at least guarantees that I have Shaddolls Fusion for the follow-up. He just goes for some more Fluffle plays. At this point, it really doesn't matter as long as he doesn't kill me, because I should just be able to win next turn. He whiffs with Toy Vendor, but Fluffle Wings is just insane. It pretty much draws 2, and then Toy Vendor gets a search. That card is insane. But honestly, he doesn't have much he can do here and scoops it up. I hope that actually showed the power of Helshaddoll Hollow. A lot of people are sleeping on that card. Absolutely do not sleep on it. While yes, I can see how it might be a brick normally because it's a level 9. You can't really set it other than with a card like Wendy. Its flip effect is just so powerful. Dogmatic Punishment plus Macrocosmos, how insane is that? And plus, you also trigger the Applin effect on top of that, so it's pretty insane. But we're forced to go first again. And our hand is interesting. We have Nib, Shaddolls Schism, Ash, Paleozoic, Dynamiscus, and Foolish Burial. It works, but it's not great. We're forced to use Schism as our only way to actually fusion summon, which is not bad because Wind is still a pretty damn good card against Fluffles in theory. He goes main phase Cosmics, which obviously not very not the most optimal play because if he targeted Schism, I could just chain Schism and make a Winda here. There's no reason for him to like save it in main phase if he's just gonna shotgun it anyways. Like I understand if you wanted to hold it for Floodgate or something, but if you're gonna shotgun it, then shotgun it in standby phase so I can't chain Schism. But he gets rid of Dino-Miscus, and here I actually decide to Dino-Miscus his Cosmic Cyclone. The reason for that being I would want to trigger Wendy so I don't die. Like I'm afraid I'm gonna die this turn. Because obviously he's playing a OTK deck, plus getting the Wendy in graveyard is good for Shaddoll Schism. It gives me another attribute for a card like App Clone if I really need to. So I set Hedgehog because I think I won't need a stall with a card like Dragon or something. I think my Schism, Ash, and Nibiru should just be good enough to win the game. Assuming even if the Winda dies, I'm still able to force him to go battle phase to out it, so I'm not really worried about dying here. I asked the Fire Fruit Patrick just because it's a +1 and I want to prevent him from getting to a fusion spell, although he already has one, which is unfortunate for us. But he goes Toy Vendor. He has to search Dolphin with the other Toy Vendor. Normal summon Penguin, effect summon Dolphin. I chain Schism here, and I make my Winda, and that's unfortunate for him because that's his one special summon for the turn. Otherwise, he could have made a card like Bahamut Shark and totally awesome, which is actually kind of crazy. But Fluffle Dolphin's also really good because he just dumped Fluffle Wings to the graveyard, set Toy Vendor back, and now Fluffle Wings is going to pretty much banish itself, send Toy Vendor, draw 2 cards, and then Toy Vendor get a search. So that's pretty insane off of just a single Fluffle Dolphin. It's pretty crazy. But he unfortunately doesn't really have anything that he can do. So he swings in the Hedgehog effect. It's going to add Shaddolls Incarnation. There's nothing else I can really add here because I don't have the necessary materials to fusion summon with Helshaddoll Fusion. I already have Shaddoll Schism up, and of course he doesn't have an extra deck monster, so Shaddoll Fusion just does nothing. So pretty much have to add Shaddolls Incarnation to maybe loop the Winda. But he even Cosmic Side Schism, so that makes things a lot more difficult now because I was planning to link off the Winda possibly so I can make like an app clone and just play from there, but unfortunately that was not the case. So you see we draw Helshaddoll Hollow, which I will admit is kind of a downside of playing a card like this. It is level 9, it's very difficult to summon onto the field unless you use it as a fusion material or you summon it off of Wendy. But if you just draw it, it's most likely going to be dead without a fusion spell. But Winda swings into Dolphin, set Incarnation Pass, he activates Polly, makes a Cruel Whale, and then from here, I chain Shaddolls Incarnation to bring back Hedgehog because Cruel Whale does not target for some reason, which is pretty crazy. He decides not to pop the Hedgehog, interestingly enough. He chooses like pop Incarnation or something. I guess he doesn't want me to search a monster, which is fine with me. I'd rather search the Speller Trap anyways, because now that he has an extra deck monster on the field, I don't really care that my Winda dies because one Winda adds back the rest as a material, but my Hedgehog's also going to add me as Shaddoll Fusion from my deck, and that should just be game. Especially because he can't kill me this turn. He can do all the plays that he wants, but yeah. And the insane thing is he actually plays around Nibiru, which is pretty crazy. He just goes, this is 4 summons, like 1 Cruel Whale, 2 Dolphin, 3 Penguin, 4 Abyss Dweller. He actually plays around it, which is insane. And this 1 Dweller actually is pretty much going to be the end of me, especially because he has the Ash Blossom as well. I flip Hedgehog at Shaddoll Fusion, activate Shaddoll Fusion, and he changed Ash Blossom, and it's not much I can really do. I just set a Shaddoll Wendy, set Incarnation Pass, and yeah, this single Dweller is just going to kill me. So I know a lot of people, it's not very common to see Abyss Dweller nowadays, but if your deck can make this, it's really good against a deck like Shaddolls, I'll just say that. But yeah, this just looks like it's game. There's not much I can really do here. I have no responses, obviously. And his Cruel Whales are actually pretty big. They're like 3,900, and they just swing over my guys, and I lose the game from there. But going into the next game, I do make him go first because I figured the best he can do going first is a Bahamut Shark or Abyss Dweller. And with this hand specifically, yeah, that's pretty much what he's going to end up doing. He special summons, makes Abyss Dweller, and that is shockingly good against my hand because I have no way to out this Abyss Dweller because it is 2,200 since these guys are water monsters for some reason. So that makes things very difficult for me. Even if I try to Helshaddoll Fusion on his turn, he'll just chain it and I won't get its effect either. So I'm losing so much value with my Shaddolls here. So the good thing is he does choose to shotgun it in the standby phase, making it so I don't have to commit my Mathematician summon. I can just set Regional 1D, set Helshaddoll Fusion Pass. Opponent activates Toy Vendor, discards, draws Dog, and special summons it. And on the rest of that, I activate Droll Lockbird so he can't search with Fluffle Dog. Swings into my Wendy. Wendy effect's gonna summon Ariel face down. The reason I summon Ariel is because I kind of want a quote-unquote throwaway Shaddolls, where I don't really care if it doesn't get its effect, since obviously like banishing these two can be good, but I don't really have to banish it. I just wanted the other attribute for a card like Applone, so Applone could permanently negate Toy Vendor after I force out his Abyssal. So that was my plan. So I kind of threw away Ariel there. You could have argued, yeah, I could have threw away like a Helshaddoll Hollow or something. That also works, but in hindsight, like hindsight is 2020. I probably should have done a Helshaddoll Hollow, because Helshaddoll Hollow is a threat that my opponent like has to deal with. It's big, it outs Abyss Dweller, and like I would just get Applone effect with it too. So yeah, it's probably a mistake not to summon Helshaddoll Hollow, but it is what it is. I decided to go Helshaddoll Fusion here. Like I said, go for Applone, negate Toy Vendor, just to force out the Abyssal, so I can actually play on my turn. Thankfully, I have Mathematician to jump Hedgehog to search Squamata, because now this allows me to pretty much just go off from here. So we can see he scoops it up, and rightfully so, because Shaddolls Fusion is almost an FTK in it and of itself. And then Squamata is going to give me more advantage with a card like Shaddoll Core or Regional Wendy or whatever. But yeah, hopefully that just shows like the power of Helshaddoll Hollow. I know I only featured it like during game 1, but that was kind of the goal of the deck when I was creating it. It was just to set up Helshaddoll Hollow to protect a card like Winda or act as a disruption on our opponent's turn. So let me know what you guys thought about this video in the description below. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, because it really helps keep me motivated, keep posting more videos like this. And with that, I will see you guys soon. Take care.